Good morning, everyone. It's October 17th, 2020. I'm Eric. How's everyone doing this morning? I hope you're all well. And hopefully you can hear me okay. Today's topic is pretty obvious by my title. So let's get into it. Some of these examples are very, very heartbreaking and really do demonstrate Blue Lives Matter much, much more than yours. This one is out of Oakland, California. High-ranking lieutenant and 5 cops keep jobs after admitted involvement in teen sex trafficking case. You heard that right. They got to keep their jobs. Not only did they not get prosecuted, but they continue to be LEOs. You know why? Because their lives matter much, much more than yours. An abused little girl that was 12 years old when she was forced into sex slavery. For years, this little girl was exploited until she finally broke away and made it to an Oakland police officer. She thought maybe she was safe when she found this piece of fucking shit officer. But according to a lawsuit, she was wrong and cops began trafficking her. Isn't that nice? Isn't that just what kind of people you want protecting your community? But hey, Blue Lives Matter, right? This week we found out that a high-ranking Richmond police official and 5 other officers who exchanged explicit messages with the teen were all given written reprimands and kept their jobs. So, this child, her life didn't matter, but the 5 pigs that exploited her, apparently their lives and jobs mattered a whole lot more than this child's. Here's another one. 9-month-old pregnant woman body slammed and knelt on by cop for filming police. And it's not a crime, by the way, to film these police. And apparently, their lives matter a lot more than that unborn baby and the woman who's carrying it. This happened in Kansas City, Missouri. Video footage shows officers with the Kansas City Police Department aggressively arresting a woman who is 9 months pregnant. They claim that the victim, 25-year-old Deja Stallings, was attempting to intervene in an arrest, but Stallings says that she was filming an arrest when they became aggressive with her, and we've all seen this on multiple occasions where cops did not like being filmed and acted in such a way, right? But, Blue Lives Matter a lot more than yours. So there's another one. Video that were taken by onlookers showed officers violently throwing Stallings to the ground and kneeling on her back, putting both her and her unborn child at risk. Isn't that just heroish or heroic? Isn't that what you expect out of your heroes? Another one. And this is a real fucked up case right here. Instead of helping student, cops shared her nude photos, ignored 911 calls until she was eventually murdered. This happened in Salt Lake City, Utah. She was a college student in Salt Lake City and was murdered in 2018 after a system that ostensibly protects her chose to ignore her instead. Lauren McCloskey was murdered by a deranged stalker despite multiple calls to 911 to report him. Now, 2 years later, we found out that one of the officers involved in ignoring McCloskey's pleas for help kept explicit photos of her on his cell phone and then bragged about these photos. Apparently, his life as a cop, as a blue life, mattered a whole lot more than this murdered girl's and her family's. But, heroes, right? Heroes. What about this one? Cops charged for once, but, a lot of these charges don't stick, so I wouldn't hold my breath on this one. Or any of the others, really. Charged after video showed them execute unarmed accountant with 3 bullets to the head. And this happened in Fairfax County, Virginia. Dash cam footage was released that showed police shooting and killing an unarmed man they claimed was responsible for hit and run. However, the man was actually the victim of a traffic accident, and the video shows that he then became the victim of murder by police. Apparently, their lives mattered a whole lot more than this man's life. Blue lives matter, right? No punishment for these guys. They'll get off with probation or some other bullshit. And that's okay with the conservatards, the Trump tards. How about this one? Without warning, cops kill unarmed father of 3 over stop for no headlights. This happened in Napa County, California. Body cam footage was released this week showing the last moments of Juan Garcia, father of 3 in Napa Valley, would be alive on this planet. He was unarmed and had been stopped for a headlight violation. He was murdered over his fucking headlights. But hey, blue lives matter a lot more than your life. According to police, the incident took place on October 5th in Napa when Ackman pulled Garcia over for not having his headlights on while driving. Upon releasing the video, Sheriff John Robertson called the shooting tragic and the video graphic. Just another example, how your life really doesn't matter in comparison to that of blue lives. But keep supporting them. Keep chanting Blue Lives Matter with your gay little rallies and your gay little patriotism and your gay way of thinking. And one day you will be at the receiving end of this treatment. I wonder just how okay you will be with that. How about this one? Cop sexually assaults child during traffic stop. Gets 14 days in jail and won't be registered as a sex offender. Apparently, this cop's life mattered a lot more than this child's. This happened in Honolulu. Police sexually assaults in the United States are so common that the Free Thought Project cannot possibly cover them all. The underlying theme of all of them, however, is the lack of punishment for cops. Punishment these cops receive for preying on others, including children. Cops can and will sexually assault your child because blue lives matter more than that of your child's life. And you wonder why I won't send my kid to a public school. Let's see here. This cop's case has been in the system for over 6 years. And the family has fought to bring him to justice. However, although the case came to an end on Tuesday, the family found out this week that justice is entirely arbitrary and favors those who serve the establishment. The cop who sexually assaulted their daughter was sentenced to just 2 weeks in jail. And as an added bonus, he will not have to register as a sex offender. Apparently, his life matters. Blue lives matter more than this child's. Circuit Court Judge Kevin Souza sentenced the 41-year-old pig Tuesday in the fourth-degree sexual assault case and granted him a deferral of a no-contest plea. Yep. And this girl was 17 years old, but it doesn't matter if she was 17 or not. Fact is, he was a cop that committed a crime of sexual assault and got no punishment for it. Another one. Family outraged as cops swarm home falsely accused son with Down syndrome and berate him. This happened in Old Saybrook, Connecticut. Last weekend, Rebecca Roy and her mother were startled when a police officer came knocking at their door. The gray Honda CR-V belonging to Rebecca matched the description of a blurry photo police obtained of a similar vehicle used to commit crimes. What started with a question quickly escalated, however, after police accused Rebecca's brother, CJ, who has Down syndrome, of being the culprit. He's just not capable of committing these crimes, okay? He is not capable of moving deftly enough to steal a street sign, nor does he have any motive to do so. My mother and I explained this to the officer who by now had been joined by 3 additional officers and 4 total squad cars. And they insisted upon questioning this kid. But hey, he is fucking lucky. Fucking lucky he did not end up dead. Right? Because, after all, blue lives matter more than yours. Going on. And by the way, arresting people for weed does not make you a hero. Not in the slightest fucking bit. In 2019, cops arrested more people for possessing a plant than all the violent crimes combined. Apparently, arresting people for a plant matters more than all the victims of child molestation, rape, murder, assault, burglary, robbery. They matter more. These arrests. And it makes these cops fucking heroes. Oh, wait, I know why. I know why they choose to focus on this. It's because they're all those things. They are rapists, child molesters, burglars, robbers, and killers. But because blue lives matter more than yours, they'll continue to get away with all this shit because the American public are a bunch of spineless bastards who do nothing. And then the right-wingers have the fucking nerve to criticize people who actually get out there and burn shit down and destroy. It's probably justified by now. Probably should have happened a long time ago. Right? But, and blue lives matter more than yours. I just got a couple more here. He's mine now. Cop handcuffs, tortures autistic 7-year-old boy for 40 minutes for misbehaving. And if you know anything or know anyone with an autistic child, that's kind of what they do. They're autistic. They don't understand what they're doing. This happened in North Carolina, Statesville specifically. And when parents send their children off to school every day, they do so thinking that the school will protect them and take care of them while they learn. But all too often, school children become victims of the police state violence. And this video, which I cannot share, illustrates even a 7-year-old autistic child can fall prey to school cops playing their role in the school-to-prison pipeline. A little boy was handcuffed and held face down on the floor for 40 minutes by the school resource officer. Now, because the Statesville Police Department never held Officer Michael Fadala accountable for his actions, the boy's mother filed a lawsuit in the U.S. District Court for Western District of North Carolina. Unreasonable use of force and inflicting unnecessary and wanting pain on the child with autism during a 2018 incident. Now, this child suffered emotional trauma and post-traumatic stress disorder stemming from the incident. But, you know, blue lives matter more than a 7-year-old autistic child. Blue Lives Matter way, way, way more than you fucking slave. Huh? Alright, last one here, and I'll cut it down here. Or I'll end the video shortly hereafter. Multiple cops plead guilty in cocaine ring that sold drugs to fellow officers. Guess what? No jail. You know why? Because blue lives matter more than yours. They can traffic in cocaine. They can murder. They can torture children. They can share nude photos of murder victims. They can do whatever they fucking please while you go to prison for a multitude of years over a plant, while your life is ruined and your kids are taken away from you, and they fucking lie through their teeth in court about you and your children. Sounds familiar. Oh, that's right. That's because that actually happened to me. But hey, I know. Blue lives matter. They matter so much. They're such heroes that they will not ever be held truly accountable like the general public in the crimes that they commit. This is why I have no sympathy for the motherfuckers there in New York that got their funding cut, or any other place. This is why I have no sympathy when one of these guys are gunned down, because they do shit like this routinely. And I applaud anyone brave enough to stand up and fight back. After all, blue lives matter much, 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 much more than your life. And until next time, kill the state. Be free.